Good morning, friends. I'm Christine, and I'm your home organizing specialist with a little bit of an intuitive twist. So today, we're gonna be focusing on what to do once you've cleared out all your clutter. So you've done some really good stuff. You've walked through the coop method. You've actually cleared out a closet, you cleared out a room, you've done all the things that you've really wanted to do, and now you still have stuff left over. So you have stuff that needs to go to the donation, but what about the stuff that you think is valuable? What about the stuff that you feel is valuable that can maybe be sold for some money or someone else could really use? So there's all kinds of things that can happen. Once you actually declutter, you now have stuff that's left over. So today we're going to tackle that. I'm sitting right next to my chicken coop, so you guys are going to hear Max chiming in every once in a while and giving his opinion too. So, my funny creatures. So hello, good morning. I am an intuitive decluttering coach. We go into what about your stuff is holding you back and what you need to do to let it go. So I am here to invite you to ask any questions that you might have as far as your decluttering journey. You know, where to start, where you're stuck, where you're emotionally getting yuckified, what things you need to learn to let go. So first off, we're going to start off with an intention for today. So today we are setting the intention to discuss what to do once we've started letting things go. We've made the decision. We're working through the stuff. Show us what we need to learn to let things go. The devil. Oh my God, I love that. So the devil came up, which means that you are going to face temptation to keep it. You're going to face temptation to make money off of it. You're going to face temptation to consider it the luxury item that maybe it's that purse that you never use because someone gave it to you. Temptation to keep it. Temptation because it's got a fancy label on it, but you've never used it. Time to let it go. Now, if you're having trouble figuring out exactly what to do to let it go, if you want to, so there are some apps that I found very, very useful. So there are some retail, like thrifting apps that you can sell things on. You can do eBay, I mean, if you really want to, or you can find someone who does that stuff and you can like give them commission for it. Get it out of your house, get it off your hands, let it go. Because you've already let it go. You've already decided that you're going to let this piece be gone. It needs to go to someone else. You've already made that decision. And that's huge. But what do you do when you don't know what to do with it? Okay, well, I know it needs to go, but where? Right? So in that kind of circumstance where it's, say, a name brand, super fancy, high ticket purse that was given to you that you've never used, you can sell it through like a thrifting app or a resale app. They have what is it? I think it's called like Posh or something, where you can go and sell your gently used items and get money back on them. You can, if you're tech savvy like that, that's a really good option. Another option would be to gift it to someone else. Maybe you have a loved one with a milestone birthday coming up. Gift it. Or you know someone who mentioned that she needs needs a nice purse. You can gift it to someone and have it be just as momentous as being able to sell it. You're giving it to someone who can really truly use it. So now, what does this have anything to do with ducks, with chickens, with anything? So let me introduce myself. If you're hanging out, you're new here, I'm Christine. I'm an intuitive home organizing specialist, and I use the tarot to kind of guide us through the yuck and the heavy stuff that's keeping you stuck in your clutter. Now, if you look up in my logo, you see a super handsome duck. His name was Goose. He was my everything. I'm also known on here as a duck named Goose. So I'm Goose's mom. And Goose was my everything. He left us back in July of last year, but he inspired so much growth when it came to my business and my business models. We've started approaching life like a lucky duck. Goose was 4.5 years old when we amputated his right leg due to septic arthritis. We had him for about another 8 months where his left leg started going septic, and we made the hard choice to let him go. But Goose was my buddy and my everything. And I had started my decluttering business probably 3 to 4 months prior. And he was such an inspiration because I remember sitting there watching him one time preening himself, and his feathers were flying everywhere. I'm like, Goose, you're making such a mess. But it also reminded me that, you know, there comes a time where it's time to shed things. It's time to let things go. And then when he passed, I was going around holding on to all those feathers. Every time I would find a really beautiful feather of his in good condition, I'd hold on to it. And it helped put me in the mindset that really addressed my clients, because this is what they're doing. This is why they're holding on to things. They're holding on to things because of grief. They're holding on to things because they mean something. It might not mean, you know, a feather on the ground might not mean anything to anyone else, but to me it represents Goose. So I find it very fascinating that when I go through people's items, you can usually tell the things that really mean something to someone. Like, I can put my hands on something and be like, this has a lot of memories tied to it. And as I'm growing in my intuition and my decluttering and showing you guys how to really tap into your decluttering gremlins, essentially, it's been such a cool journey because it's showing me pieces of the story that people wouldn't otherwise see. So I can go in and look at your pantry and say, you know what? This isn't the pantry of someone who's lazy. This isn't the pantry of someone who's overwhelmed. This is the pantry of someone who is holding on to the bits and pieces that kept them connected to family. Cooking represents family. Kitchen represents family gatherings and getting together. And when your pantry is a mess, that's telling me that there's something going on in the family aspect that has you challenged emotionally. So not only are you overwhelmed, not only are you surrounded by clutter and decisions, and most likely most of my clients to some level have ADHD. And so your brain is going 50,000 miles an hour. That to-do list is adding up. I totally get it, and I totally see it. And same. That's why I got into decluttering, is because I had to learn to do it for myself. And the more I realized that as I was going through and helping people with their items, I was picking up on stuff that I didn't think other people would have picked up on. So, you know, I can hold a family album and be like, oh, there's a lot of really good memories in here. Or there's a lot of pain tied to these memories. I can pick that stuff up. There is a beautiful red cardinal that just popped in directly across from me. So if you guys don't know, the cardinal is one of my favorite birds. It represents that a loved one is visiting. So she's over there popping around in the grass. So hello. Love it. So on that note, let's go ahead and pull the next card for our intention. So I would like the overall, oh, I got some ants getting ready to crawl. No. All right. So I have my card deck. Usually we have our own tarot deck. So our our business is called Your Cozy Coop. If you go to the link in the bio, you're gonna have to copy and paste it, but if you copy and paste the link in my bio, it will take you to schedule a coop check, which is our 2.5 hour tarot and like hands-on decluttering session. So we start off with the tarot session, learn a little bit about each other, what your space is, and then we dive into the space, and I walk you through how to declutter it. And that way, not only do you learn a very valuable decluttering method, but you see progress immediately. So we do the tarot to dive into the emotional stuff, and then we do the hands-on decluttering. So the coop check is fantastic if you have a space like a closet, a pantry, a couple drawers and a dresser, a small like bathroom underneath the sink in the bathroom. So it's perfect to really get you started and give you a clear step-by-step method to tackle any space. But we start off with the smaller ones while uncovering all the emotional stuff underneath using the cards. So if you go to the link in the bio, you can book one of those calls, which is called the coop check, or you can actually purchase our tarot deck as well. So those are options if you go to the link in our bio. So right now, the overall emotion is Two of Swords, feeling stuck. So anyone who is feeling stuck in their decluttering journey, they don't know where to start, they don't know what room to start, they don't know, is there a right way to process through this? Is there a wrong way to process through this? Is there a right way to get rid of the stuff? Do I donate it? Do I sell it? Do I hold on to it? Do I re-gift it? What do I do with this stuff once I make a decision? There's so many things that this covers, but feeling stuck in all the overwhelming choices is where we are. So if that's you, I'd love for you to raise your hand. Are you feeling stuck in the clutter? Are you feeling stuck in the emotional aspect? Maybe you lost a loved one and you have to go through their home and their belongings, and that's a whole heavy thing to do in and of itself. You're taking on the memories, you're taking on the hopes and the dreams of someone who has passed away, who meant everything to you. So if you're taking on the challenges of a loved one's estate after they pass, that's heavy stuff. And it's not easy. It's really not. Thank you, Breezy, for the follow. I appreciate you. Let me know if you have any questions about your decluttering process. I'd love to answer anything you got. So if you guys are hanging out and you're liking the decluttering topic combined with the tarot topic, that's me. Make sure you like, share, follow. Hello. I can't read. Loki Hotel, Loctic Hotel. Hello. So we're talking about tarot and decluttering and all the things. Thank you guys for the likes. You're the best. So my business is very strongly duck inspired. If you guys follow any of the duck or farm and homesteading community, I'm also known on here as a duck named Goose. So Goose is the whole reason. He's the model for my little logo up here at the top. My Your Cozy Coop business was founded and duck inspired by the love of my life, Mr. Goose the Duck. You guys can follow us over there too if you want. But yeah, so we offer two different things. We offer a coop check, which is a virtual home organizing decluttering session combined with the tarot, and then we offer our tarot deck. If you guys are interested in purchasing any merchandise, the deck is a little pricey. It's essentially at cost. So for what you guys would purchase it at, I would make like $3. So it's, hello, thank you, Ducket. Yes, I hope you have a wonderful Saturday too. It's good to see you. I appreciate you visiting. Ooh, just got attacked by a bug. So I'm here outside hanging out. Get out of my face. I don't usually do this outside stuff, but it was too beautiful of a morning to not pop out and take advantage of it. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday too. Let me know if you have any questions as far as your decluttering journey. If you guys want me to pull a card for you on what you need to do next to start moving forward. I do have some openings this week for virtual tarot and decluttering session, so it's combined. This guy just jumped out. You guys want your abundance, you want your prosperity, you want your 10 of Cups, you want to feel good and complete. But you're not going to get there unless you start doing something. Remember? First card that we pulled was choices. You have to make a choice, but you have to make a choice that's going to lead to this. So, prosperity, satisfaction, joy, sincerity, a happy family life. I like using these cards just because they have the yes and no. My cozy coop deck is in the house, and I'm not going to go grab it. So, I showed up today as a farm goblin. So, normally I like to polish myself up for these things, but you guys get me as I am. So, I woke up late this morning, and so I'm showing up exactly how I am this morning. Hair. So, if you guys are hanging out and want to ask a question about your decluttering journey, I've already had a couple people follow me. So if you enjoy decluttering and ducks and tarot cards and energy work and all that kind of stuff, you should hang out with me. Right, Max? So we have our chicken coop over here. Every once in a while you'll hear Max putting in his opinion. He's our beautiful sapphire gem combined with a Rhode Island red rooster. So he's a super pretty boy. But we have to keep them contained because otherwise our yard gets filled with craters. And the neighbor's dogs. So yeah, so very good morning to you all. So let's pull another card. I'm feeling the urge to pull another card. So when it comes to decluttering, 8 of Pentacles. So that Pentacles represents stuff, right? Yes, it's the 8. For some reason, my brain is translating to 7. So 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles represents collection and gathering and movement. Like you're doing things and they're adding up. So it's all your hard work is adding up and getting to the point where you're going to reach the 9 and the 10 levels of abundance and achievement and completion. But we're not quite there yet. We still have to do some work. So this is telling me right off the bat, you have some work to do with the stuff that you have. You're already working so hard to accumulate all the things that you want. So maybe it's the animals. Maybe it's all the clothes in your closet. Maybe it's all the kids' toys. You've accumulated, you've worked really hard for all the things that you have. But now it's starting to add up and you're running out of space. And you don't know what to do with it. If that's you, that's cool. That's why I'm here. I'm your intuitive decluttering coach, Christine. So when it comes to decluttering, when it comes to finding the right home organizing specialist to help walk you through, I always recommend, if I find that your situation is above where I'm comfortable with, say there's a lot of medical things that are going on in the background, or a lot of heavy mental health things that are just above where I'm capable of helping, I will always send you to a resource, 1, that I trust, and 2, that I know is going to help you. So that way, it's not about me getting you as a client, ever. Because you know what? The right people are going to come to me. Inspiration, victory, accomplishment. When you find the right decluttering coach, it's someone who's looking for this for you. They want you to be your best self. They want you to ride in and be like, look at me. They want you to be able to showcase all of your hard work. They want you to be able to tell your story in your items. They want you to be able to hold on to the items that mean the most to you. So when you watch the show Hoarders, a tarot reading on me. When you watch the show Hoarders, you see them going through and just getting rid of things. And I never do that with someone unless they are being very specific about this item. This needs to go. This has to go. This has to go. If there's ever a hesitation, if there's ever a question on whether they really truly want to let something go, you hold on to it. You will never be forced into a decision. So if you're working with someone who is making the decisions for you without taking you into consideration, you need to make sure you find someone else to help you. So a lot of times I find that when family helps, we find ourselves in that situation where, you should just get rid of your stuff. No. What needs to happen is you, as the person needing help, needs to find someone who's going to kind of question and challenge you a little bit, like, do you really need that? But never force you into making a decision that feels wrong to you. You boogers! I am getting destroyed by ants who have gotten into my coffee. Well, I got a little more protein in my coffee now. Cool. So, hello. Hi and welcome. We're probably not going to hang out too much longer. I'm getting attacked by bugs. But I wanted to come in today and do a decluttering chat and offer anyone a free card pull if you guys have a question when it comes to your decluttering journey, when it comes to home organizing, and the emotional stuff that comes around it. I know that everyone deals with it differently. Everyone deals with their stuff differently. Some people are minimalist and just want to help get their space rearranged. Other people have been stuck in Amazon boxes for years. Other people just don't know where to start with a loved one's estate after they pass, or their belongings, or how to integrate them into their home. That's where I come in. That's what I do. That's my specialty, is helping you figure out what to do with your shit. Ooh. Hello, Mr. Butterfly. So, that's me. If you guys are interested in booking, I call it booking a one-on-one session. I call it the Coop Check. It is a 2.5 hour if you have that kind of time. It's a really good session. I usually do them on the weekends or late in the afternoon, so that way you don't have to worry about work or anything like that. And what we do is I do about half hour, 45 minute, however long we need to, tarot session, intuitive decluttering session. So we clear and work on the energy first, and then we tackle the space that you really want to tackle. Like, it's a super hot spot. So think like the closet, like the linen closet, or a pantry, or, a couple cabinets in the kitchen. We tackle the spot that's causing you the most friction and you need the most help with. So that way you are able to see and experience what it's like to undergo a tarot session, and to actually see progress in your home. You get a really good 2-for-1 thing. So you guys are more than welcome to book. I'm inviting you to check out the link in my bio. I got one of my girls giving her opinion. She's saying you need to book now. So, all right. So any questions? Any questions in regards to your decluttering journey? Why you're stuck? Why you're feeling emotionally off? I am pulling a card. Anxiety. So the 9 of Swords indicates that there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of worry. So I'm getting a lot of grief. Like, I just, that hit me in the heart, was just a lot of grief, a lot of sadness. It's like when you're going through your things, you're getting sad because you're letting go of a former version of yourself. You feel like you're giving up on yourself. You feel like you're giving up on your stuff. You feel like you're giving up on your identity when you're getting rid of your belongings. So I don't want you to ever think of when you're going through your items that you're getting rid of them. I want you guys to think about it as you are giving yourself room to grow into the next best version of yourself, because that's what you're doing. You're creating that room, you're creating that vacuum in the universal energy that's going to allow you to create and pull in the things that you really truly want. So if you're holding on to old vases from your grandmother that you've never used, it's time to consider what to do with them. If you can let them go, if you can hold on to one or two that you really truly love and let the rest go. You know, I think that's the biggest thing, is that our loved ones, like I'm getting this, our loved ones don't want us to hold on to the things. Life is too short. It's too precious to be worrying about our clutter. And when we're focusing on our stuff, we're losing out the precious moments that we could be living with the things that we really truly enjoy. So it's important that we are able to focus on the things that we really truly love, the things that really truly mean and show who we are, if that makes sense. Wow. Okay. So every once in a while I get these like little downloads that, like, the energy was different on that. Like that was a very heavy energy that came through. So, yeah. So if you guys are experiencing grief when it comes to your stuff, if you are experiencing anxiety and fear and worry and all that heavy stuff, reach out. You guys can always DM me if you have any questions. I can get the ball rolling. I do offer I do offer a virtual session. I do offer a quick chat, like a free 15-minute session, to just kind of get to know you guys a little bit and to be able to kind of pinpoint you guys in the right way if you guys really need it. But I do feel like the coop check, which is our 2.5 hour, is where you get the most bang for your buck. Like the free 15-minute phone call is like, hey, tell me what your problem is. Okay. You know, you get a quick step. You get a quick action step. Okay, well, I want you to clean off the counter in your bathroom. You know, so that's where you guys, if you need something, if you need to brainstorm, you need just a quick little point, I do offer that free call. You would have to DM me for that. Otherwise, you guys can book the coop check if you go up into the link in the bio. I always point up. I don't know why up. But if you click the link in the bio, book the coop check, get started. That way you guys get the tarot reading session. You guys get the energy work around everything that we're doing. And then we actually get hands-on in your stuff. So it's a virtual meet and greet session, but I guide you step by step from top to bottom all the way through. And I give you the 4 clear steps. This is my favorite part of what I do, is I teach you guys the 4 simple steps that you can use on any space. So after the session, if you guys want to book with me again, you're more than welcome to, but you're going to get the tools to be capable of doing it on your own without the guidance as well. So I find that it's very important. I always want to give you guys the resources that you need to do it yourself. You have to be able to trust yourself. You have to be able to do the things yourself. But if I can guide you there, then I'm happy to do it. So that framework is actually called, we call it the coop method. And it's clear the space. You organize the items into like categories. You optimize and make it as functional for your space and your life as possible, and then you get in the habit of putting it all away. So it's called the coop check: clear, organize, optimize, put away. I do have a free workbook on that if you guys are interested in that too. So I've got all kinds of little things. So if you guys have any questions on any of the stuff that we provide, just shoot me a DM or comment on any of our posts. We'll be happy to get to you. You know, the most important thing is that you are creating a home that is nurturing and healing for you. Because a lot of the women that I work with are nurses or therapists or like occupational and physical therapists and high-powered nurse practitioners. Like, these are women who are making decision after decision, life-changing choices throughout the day and experiencing emotional overload. So by the time they get home, they're mentally and physically exhausted, and like the laundry pile is just getting added to, and the kitchen dishes are just a mess because it's not priority. Your poor nervous system is so exhausted from making major life and death choices that when you come home, the dishes aren't really that important. So if you can create a home for yourself that is going to heal your nervous system and get into a routine that is going to heal your nervous system, you're going to create a home that is a cozy coop for you. And so I want you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start closing this on out. If you guys have any questions, last minute, want a card pull for where you are in your decluttering journey, just let me know. I'm gonna be wrapping up here in a minute because I got the sun now starting to bake me. So we are getting ready to close things on out, but I want to pull one last card for today on the energy around the choice that you need to make. What choice do you need to make? I don't know if I like that. What is the energy around the decision you need to make to get started? What is going to motivate you? What is going to get you started on your decluttering journey? What is going to get you started on your decluttering journey? The Five of Cups. Loss, lack, change, self-blame, sadness, distrust, betrayal, abandonment, divorce. Hello. When you reach the point that these emotions are too much, that's when you're gonna reach out. I hope you guys don't wait this long. I really do. I want to make sure that you guys know you can come to me before it gets really, really bad. You guys can DM me. You can comment below that you want to set up a chat. Let me know. I do offer our Coop Check, our tarot guided session. The free call doesn't include the tarot. It's just me kind of doing a quick check-in to see how you guys are doing. Hi, Z. That's not the kind of stuff that we do. We're focusing on decluttering. I appreciate the question, though. This is all about home organizing. So, as we're getting ready to move forward into our beautiful Saturday, I want you to take the Emperor with you. This is the masculine energy, the art of doing. This is masculine energy that is focused on action. Right? Power, status, loyalty, that's what you guys want to have. So it's time to start embodying it. So you're going to have to be in charge. You're going to have to make decisions. You're going to have to take action. And it doesn't matter if it's big or small. It can be the smallest action. Throw out that piece of paper you've been hanging on to for no reason. Throw it out. Throw it out. It's okay. The world is not going to end if you throw it out. Okay? Take a small action today, because the masculine energy of the Emperor is going to be guiding you into your next steps. Okay? All right, friends. With that, One last question. What is Goose? My little buddy up there. What does Goose want you to know? As you guys know, Goose has been my little guardian angel for almost a year now. He was my best friend for nearly 5. And he was the inspiration for your Cozy Coop home organizing services and is the model in our logo. So Goose, the duck, wants you to know today that he wants you to avoid the drama. He wants you to avoid the chaos and the change. Ooh, excuse me. Like a feather tickled my nose. Yeah. We hold on to things when they hurt us. We hold on to the things that represent the hurt. Let go of the hurt. Let go of the item that's reminding you of the lesser past version of yourself. I don't want to say lesser. I don't like that. Let go of the things. Sorry. Let go of the things that no longer serve the you that you're becoming. Okay? If it reminds you of a time that hurts, it's time to let it go. If it reminds you of a time where you ever felt unworthy or unloved, let it go. It is keeping you tied to things that are no longer yours to carry. And you're ready. You're at the point where you're ready to get something to shift. You're ready to get something to change. One more card. You're ready to shift into abundance. You're ready to shift into delight and warmth and love, vitality and enlightenment, happiness, prosperity. You're ready. You're on the verge. You just have to make the choice to let go of the things that represent the past you. And once you do that, and you take that small emperor action today, let me know how it goes. I want to hear all about it, okay? All right, my friends, if you haven't already, make sure you like, love, follow, share, do all the things. Make sure you join us. We do these coffee chats once a month, even though I haven't had much of my coffee, so make sure you join us once a month. Every first Saturday of the month, we do a little coffee session. And, yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. Make sure you book. I can't talk. My nose is running. I got a, face full of dust. Make sure you book a Coop Check. That is going to be life-changing for you. Coop Check. 2.5-hour tarot and decluttering session. We dive into the energy and we dive into the closets. We do all the things together on virtual Google Meet, where you get to really work through a space and see exactly what you need to do. I walk you through step by step. So that'll be life-changing for you. Promise. All right, friends. Thank you all so much for hanging out, and we will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Love you. Bye. Ugh, my nose. Come on. Nose.